And thank you again for having me here.
Moral living.
The second book we want to talk about,
Foundation,
was
the first book that
as
we
a
did.
result of which was practice in our own community, seeing that moral systems are not in place, that are necessary in order to bring our children up in a proper way. We didn't say religious systems, we said moral systems. Moral systems, right and wrong, good and bad, justice and injustice, have to be clearly defined in practice, and then the guiding principles have to be summed up on paper. This is what we did. It's a 600-page book. We decided to do it literally looking at the generation that we were teaching in front of us. Some of us were teaching on a high school level, junior high level, and some of us were teaching on a college and university level. And we saw that the moral standards were not in place. I mean, people did not know what to do in certain situations. They would reach to religions and theology and mythology in order to find out what they should be doing, when we're saying in substance that morality is practice. It's something that you actually do daily. It's not something that you stumble upon. You don't just figure out that you shouldn't lie to people. You have to have someone walk you through that and show you what lying does. You don't just figure out that you shouldn't cheat people. You have to have something that walks you through that has gone through that shows you why you shouldn't do that, the results of it, how it ends up being something that's detrimental not only to the persons or the people you do it to, but also to yourself. Same thing with slavery and the rottenness of that. You know, just think if the people who were doing this rotten degeneracy that brought us here in the first place had moral systems in place, none of this would have ever happened. But they didn't. So we did a book called B.A.I.T, Guiding Principles. B.A.I.T means truth, justice, righteousness, balance. In Kemet, or ancient Egypt, this is what people are calling Kemet. They call it Egypt. But Kemet's history, the most advanced civilization in material culture we have studied, meaning what they left, what they built, the science, the technology, the mathematics, the government, federation building. Kemet had a governmental system that was a federation, meaning a nation of nations, over 4,000 years ago. Actually, over 5,000 years ago. And they were writing over 5,000 years ago. They were organizing engineering projects that have not been matched even today, over 5,000 years ago. And this is the civilization that Africans built. We can actually show you the details of it. Now, other populations came in, trickled in, invaded, and then later on took over North Africa. But in the final analysis, the Africans initiated these processes and also the moral systems that went along with them. So what we did was we produced a book of guiding principles for our children, and we were hoping that parents would teach them these things. And we've got the best reception from this book. It's our bestseller. It's a book that numerous study groups are being organized around. Families tell us daily that it's something that they really appreciate us putting forth the effort to do. We must tell you it was an effort that was based on love, because our children needed it too, our own children. And the children that we had run into in college, high school, junior high school, they needed it too. So we put that book in place. It's on sale, as we said earlier, as we're going to say now, at Amazon. You just type